Hi, my name is Paul Emmer. I'm the Managing Director of Inoxico, and today I would like to give you a tour of the features and layout of our reports. This is not specific to any particular report type, and we've picked a level 3 vendor report in South Africa, which is one of our more comprehensive templates in terms of module content. So let's jump right in. Here we have got the admin section of the report with the subject company name, your client reference, in this case we've put in a generic description here, the country of the subject company, the inquiry amount, which is actually more geared for credit risk management purposes, so here you just see a token 1 Rand entry. And by the way, we are working on a feature for purchase order volume for vendor reports specifically. And then here the delivery date, so you always know at which time this report was current. And that's the admin section of the report. Next, we've got the executive summary, which is basically a dashboard highlighting findings for each of the modules contained in the report. But rather than a complete summary, we are actually focusing on any adverse findings or red flags here. The section starts off with a results type entry, giving you an indication of how the research went. This is a full report, but in case we were unable to get the full information, or in case we were unable to get a hold of the company, you will see entries here like untraceable, unresponsive, or uncooperative. Now this is unfortunately sometimes unavoidable, but we will always keep you in the loop and work with you to minimize the amount of times this will happen. Below that, you have an overview over all the modules contained in the report. Bold and dark gray fields are the modules included, and these light gray and faded out modules are not included in this particular type of report. On the right hand side, you can mostly see modules which have numbers as values, such as trade references, judgments, the BEE level, a value for the Director Singularity Risk Index, if calculated, a text entry on any findings on sanctions or political exposure, and the compliance risk score. In general, the report is structured so that it moves from basic information, like statutory information, to the modules that speak more to the performance and the capacity of the company. And on the right-hand side, and corresponding further down in the report, you have the modules that speak more to the integrity risks, such as judgments, the PEP and watchlist modules, and the compliance risk score. The admin section is then rounded off here at the bottom with our general comments. There, we typically make a statement on the general standing of the company. And for credit reports, we will also make a statement if this company is good for a certain amount or for a specific maximum amount. Moving on to the content of the report, you always see the name of the subject company up top, and here on the right hand side the date at which the report was current. The report is structured into modules and submodules, so you see a module header here and a submodule header right here. And this is where you see all the data points. One important feature that is quite practical is that if we've got any items flagged, as you've seen here on the front page with these modules, you can also always see that here on the right hand side which particular data point raised our attention within this module. This data point will then be flagged with either an exclamation mark, potentially adverse information, or a red flag, definitely adverse information. And if there are 2 items flagged differently within the same module, we always flag the higher risk item on the front page. One other thing to mention is that certain modules also have explanations underneath the results entries. They will explain how we've arrived at this particular data point or score and what the highest risk value and the lowest risk value is. Examples of this would be the political exposure and watchlist module, the bribery and corruption risk module, and certainly the score. Lastly, the report always closes off with the admin details. This gives you the contact details of Inoxico, and sometimes we may give you the identity of the interviewee. Further down, we always have a legend to explain the flagging system one more time and our standard disclaimer. So that's it. It's a highly structured report, catering both for the quantitative aspects of the analysis and giving us an opportunity to comment on the various aspects of the report. And most importantly, to give you the most relevant points that we want to draw your attention to right up front here on the executive summary on the first page. So thank you very much for your interest in our report. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and please, we always appreciate any comments or suggestions for improvement. Have a great day.